welcome back to Infinite Buckets of Popcorn with your host Lila.
And Josh.
And I am.
Why are you here?
I'm visiting. What?
Why are you visiting?
Well, matter of fact, you're visiting me.
Okay.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is a very special episode. We're recording with my grandpa.
Your grandpa, my dad.
This is exciting.
And what is the special movie that we all saw?
Project Hail Mary.
We actually saw this movie in the theater.
Yes.
This is a double special episode because this is the first episode that we saw a movie in the theater that we're talking about.
Oh, it is?
And he wrote it down on multiple Post-its from the hotel. So many Post-its. It's like, I think it's 8 Post-its. I can't see it. Oh my god.
Yep,
that
8
is
total.
Post-its.
8 total.
So many Post-its.
We are staying at a hotel in Arizona.
Yes.
That's where my parents live.
Yes.
We all went out.
It's very hot.
And it's been very hot the whole time we've been here.
Unseasonably hot.
Yes.
Even for Arizona.
Yes.
We're setting records.
Even the Arizonans are melting
Yes,
slightly.
we are.
How was the theater experience, you guys, first of all?
It was so beautiful. Reclining seats.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Every time I get into
special
a theater
seats,
with reclining
which
seats,
we don't-
every time I get into a theater with reclining seats, I just feel the regular non-reclining, and then I just slowly get it all the way back into that really reclining, and then I find my spot in between those. But for this movie, I did it mostly in the full recline position, which isn't that recliny for the matter, but that's fine because you don't want to just lay down and not see the movie.
How far reclined were you, Dad?
I was a little bit like Lila said, about halfway. Had to play with it.
I didn't say
Oh,
halfway.
yeah. Yeah,
I
have
said
to play
all the
with it.
way.
Did you do it all the way? I didn't
I felt
notice
good
that.
all
She
the way.
settled on all the way.
She
She
did.
started not at all, then she went in the middle.
Then I went all the way, then I went in the middle again, then I went all the way, then that was about 20 minutes, then I went back again.
It gave her something to do while all the trailers were playing.
But at the end of the movie, basically, I was at my mom's position. Exactly, I think.
The movie, it's doing really well in the theaters, and I think I know why.
Why?
Because everyone loves it.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
But first, let's talk about the characters.
Oh,
They're
well,
all funny.
they all are funny. I wanted to say that
Oh.
everyone in the theater seemed to be enjoying themselves a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
It seemed like we heard a lot of laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Lila really enjoyed some
Yeah.
of the scenes.
Yes.
Pleasant to hear. Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
We can go through the main characters first.
The main character, Grace, who is taken, is it over his will?
We don't find out until almost the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Why he's there. No, it's okay. We could-
Okay, edit the part that I said edit.
Why is there?
Why he's on this ship. He wakes up on this ship
Oh, I see.
light
which is-
years from Earth,
Sure.
and he does no idea why he's there. It takes him a while even to remember himself
That's right.
because he has amnesia.
I forgot that part.
He doesn't have a lot of amnesia.
He still knows how to do things. He doesn't know why he knows how to do things.
Yeah, he looks at certain pieces of equipment and he knows what they are, but he doesn't understand.
I mean, he knows it's not like that permanent type of amnesia where you just forget everything. You have to restart all over again. It's non-permanent amnesia, it's that type where you just forget who you are for a second and then just go back to regular after 20, 30 minutes. Or an hour, maybe.
On Wikipedia, which is the ultimate source for everything,
Oh, of course.
they called it retrograde amnesia.
Oh, do they?
Okay.
So I don't know what exactly. That must mean that type of amnesia.
Yeah.
Oh.
He recovers his memories over time.
Right.
Well, he has a lot of time to recover his memories.
He does.
Yeah.
So he's figuring out where he is, and he's figuring out also why he's the only person alive on the ship.
He was a lonely man. Yeah.
Yeah, he shows up, and the other two astronauts in their beds are dead.
Yes.
Dead.
Dead in the ground.
I didn't notice how long he was in transit.
You know, I don't know if the movie said.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, so I read the book a few years ago.
Audiobook.
And you also
Yes, I did.
read the book. And I know they said in the book how long it
And
was.
you also got the audiobook.
Yes, I listened to it. Although I say I read it. I claim reading.
Then you didn't do it a few years
That's a
ago.
whole
You
other
did it last
discussion
year.
because I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And how do you,
Mhm.
usually you say you read a book, but
I know some people say they read a book, even if it's an audiobook.
sure.
I think it's just easier to say.
Yeah, we don't have
I
a
listen.
conventional. I listen to a book.
Right.
That doesn't sound, it's awkward.
It is. It's the technology forces us to create new words for things,
Right, right.
new phrases, which is kind of interesting because this movie is a science fiction movie. They have to create words for what's going on to the Earth.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Transition.
What is happening to the Earth?
Somebody, an astronomer, sees an infrared line going from Venus to the sun.
Mhm.
It's a reddish colored line.
That's right.
I think it's
Yeah.
called the Prague and Goa.
The Petrova line.
Petrova line.
Yeah,
Prague and Gova sounds also cool.
that would be cool.
And they were trying to figure out what that line was,
Right.
what energy was in it, or
What it was made of, what it was doing there,
yeah,
everything about it.
Like
and then they
the
do.
spelling of the word Prague and Gova, in my mind, I think it as like Progandova. Prague and Gova.
Well, according to the movie and also naming conventions, if you discover something, you can name it whatever you want.
Prague and Gova.
So if you discovered that line, you could have named it the Prague and Gova line.
cool.
Or it would just be automatically named the Lila line or something like that.
They do figure out what it is eventually. They get a probe up there and they grab a sample of it. At the same time, I think they start to realize that solar energy readings are slowly ticking downward.
Yeah, that's a concern, right?
Yes, that is a concern.
That's a big concern.
When we're getting less energy from the sun
Yes.
from day to day.
We're in trouble.
And so that's when everyone starts to really pay attention
And,
to
like,
this thing.
There's building fires, car crashes. Yeah,
That's a little overly dramatic.
like the end of the world. It's the end of the world,
Yeah,
basically.
people go crazy. I don't think it's that imminent. They're talking about a few decades.
It's 30 years.
In 30 years, the planet will become mostly uninhabitable. At some point, they said that there would be a quarter of the Earth's population would die from starvation.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't grow crops.
That's a serious issue that they had to
Yeah.
acknowledge. So now what are they going to do?
So what are they going to do? They grab a sample of this stuff and they bring it back to Earth so they can study it. And one of the people they hire for
Yes.
this project is Dr. Grace. He's a middle school teacher at present, but he used to be a molecular biologist before he got run out of the field.
Yeah, the scientific field that no one agreed with his insights, opinions. So he published this thesis, and everyone who read it decided he didn't belong in their group. I love that.
Yeah, they're very elitist.
Yeah,
Someone with a far out idea is just kind of laughed at,
right.
run out.
Ostracized.
Yeah. Okay, you go teach middle school now.
Yeah, yeah. Your reward is teaching middle school children.
Exactly.
The most focused population in the.
He seems like a good teacher, though, right?
Oh, I sounded like a good teacher.
Yeah. Would you like to have him as a teacher?
Yeah, I mean, he pretends that the Earth being made of lava.
Oh, that's right.
He asks the students questions, and then they answer them because beanbags is lava, and they don't want to, have lava in their hands, so... Yeah.
They want to try to get rid of the beanbag as soon as possible because
Yeah.
it's burning their hands. It's imaginary lava.
And then they toss it to him, and they're like, lava, beanbag, and he has a lava beanbag in his hands.
Yeah.
It's very beanbaggy.
And the kids all want to know about what's happening, and he doesn't feel comfortable talking about it because he doesn't know what their parents are going to say. I think a lot of controversial topics, teachers try to steer clear.
Yes, if they want to keep their job.
Exactly. There's a lot of controversy about what this means for the Earth and what to do
Right,
about
they
it.
weren't talking about it, were they?
No.
Luckily, the scientific community was concerned.
We saw a similar thing happen at COVID when a lot of the governments were at war with each other, but the scientists were quietly working on it,
Yes.
working on the problem together
That
and
was nice.
sharing their information. So this is what happens. He gets pulled in by a German scientist. Her name is Dr. Eva Stratt. And she is running this worldwide operation to first figure out what it is, and second, how to stop it.
Right. Just as basic as that.
As easy as that. And they have...
Find and we kill.
That's right. And they have a limited number of these little microbes, these space microbes. That's what's making up the line, is these billions and billions of little space microbes. And they seem to be feeding off of the sun.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Of the sun, and that's bad. That's really, really bad.
They are highly adapted to living in outer space. They can withstand any electromagnetic radiation.
Okay.
So they don't get killed by anything that's whizzing around in space.
Right. They evolved.
They evolved to feed
They
and
can't
to move.
exactly be killed. You could stick a knife through them, but they still won't die. They still won't die. They still won't die.
What does Grace do when he gets into the lab?
I forgot.
He goes into the lab and he first discovers that it's a living cell. And then he has to determine what it's composed of.
What's it made of?
Because one of the tricky parts, since they're immune to electromagnetic radiation, you can't see through them. They're black in
Yes.
X-ray light, in infrared light, across the whole spectrum. They're these black little dots.
Yes.
They move.
Yeah,
They're able to move.
Little black moving balls. Hey, do you want some of those on your head?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, that's very surprising.
They don't harm people. That's one good thing. They just harm the sun.
So, which harms people.
Yes.
They need the
So they all harming.
They need the energy from the sun. That's all they want. They're not trying to kill anybody. They're just trying to live
They're just trying to live their lives.
and make more of them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're reproducing.
They're resilient. Dr. Grace is able to kill one eventually. I think he sticks a needle in it or something.
Is that-
I can't remember how he kills it.
I don't.
He sticks a
remember.
needle in it,
Does
I
he?
think, and it kills it. It turns clear. He's able to see through it once it dies. And then he realizes that his theory was wrong. His wild theory that got him this job
Oh,
was wrong.
what's wrong?
Yeah. What's his theory? I forgot this.
Oh, yeah.
His theory?
His theory that was very unpopular was that there's a way to make life without water. That you can make a living organism without using water.
That is incorrect.
And yes, he was not.
Human bodies are about 60% water.
On Earth, every living thing is made up of water, at least in part.
Yeah.
And he was speculating that on other planets and other climates and other under stars, that there could be other building blocks for life. But this is not it.
Yeah.
This is water.
This is water. Okay,
This
so
is water. So they have to find out how we can kill these things.
right,
Nothing on our planet can do it.
right.
We don't have any way.
So what are we gonna do?
So what are we going to do?
No clue. Maybe go to some other planets. I don't know.
Go to some other planet.
Off they go.
They build this ship. The benefit of this astrophage is that if they can collect enough of it, which they can use it as fuel.
It's a very efficient store of energy.
It's incredible, very volatile. They can power a spaceship with this and have it go many, many multiples faster than any craft has ever gone.
Bullshit, yeah.
They're going to go to the one star in our neighborhood,
Galaxy.
our galactic neighborhood.
Andromeda?
No, Tau Ceti is the star.
Okay.
That's right.
That has a Petrova line, but is not dimming. They think, all the scientists think, that there's something out there that is stopping it. And if they can get out there and see what it is, then maybe they can send that message back to Earth.
Sure. Okay.
They have enough fuel to get a spaceship out there with 3 crew members, and then they're going to send the data back to Earth on 4 probes.
Okay, which sounds like they can not bring the astronauts back.
That's the downside.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a one-way trip.
Fortunately, they have 4 volunteers. There's 3 astronauts for the crew and 1 backup, 1 alternate. So they're training for this mission.
Sadly, 2 of them died in the explosion. So they need 1 more person. They don't exactly need the alternate.
Who do they pick for the alternate?
Dr. Dr. Grace.
Dr. Grace, who very respectfully declined.
That's right. He said, I've thought about your offer and I would like to say no.
Yeah, because I want to die, Bob. I would say no.
And they said,
You have to.
try that again.
Would you like to think about that for a minute? We're actually skipping ahead because he doesn't remember this part until near the end of the movie. He's remembering all this story. We're telling the story kind of in chronological order, but he's remembering it interspersed throughout the movie.
It's interesting, isn't it?
So
Yeah.
he, up until the very end, believes that he volunteered for this mission.
Okay.
After he wakes up from his coma,
Yeah.
he thinks that he was one of the ones that volunteered.
Yeah, and he's making this grand sacrifice.
And then he realizes at the end he was a coward and he didn't want to.
He was a realist.
Yeah, he was afraid.
Sure.
I think it's totally normal. I don't fault him at all.
I mean, I would be afraid. I
Exactly.
don't want to do it either.
Sure.
He was perfectly happy to help, do whatever
Well, he
they
was.
needed him to
Yeah.
do.
He was doing all kinds of projects and
Yeah.
experiments. And they were doing it all. What was interesting is they were out in the ocean in this huge ship. They were totally isolated from the rest of humanity.
They said that because the astrophage was so volatile,
Oh.
the tests they were running on it,
Mm-hmm.
if something went wrong, they didn't want a nuclear blast
Sure.
to blow up a city or any, civilization. So they were sort of saying, okay, we'll go off in the middle of the ocean. And if something goes wrong, it's only going to be us.
Right, right. We don't want to endanger. But in a way, they're already endangered. So that's another way to look at it.
Exactly. Of course, their worries prove out. And this is what you were talking about, Lila, because there was an experiment. They were trying to burn some of it and they had too much and it exploded an entire building. And that's why the other two astronauts.
They weren't in the rocket when that exploded.
No, that was before. They were back on solid ground. They
Okay.
were about to, I think they were maybe a day away from launch. I think it was really close
Right.
to launch when that happened.
Grace was next to the explosion, but not close enough. He just got knocked over
That's
really
right.
hard.
Grace is starting to realize why he's on the ship. Just as he's doing that, he arrives at Tau Ceti. He's not ready. He's the only one there.
He doesn't know what he's
Yeah.
going to do.
Exactly. As he's trying to figure that out, something else exciting happens.
Something comes beside him.
Yeah,
Blip
this
A.
blip,
The
blip
ship
A.
called it
Yeah,
Blip A.
that was funny. This huge spaceship.
Yeah.
Huge
Blip A.
spaceship.
Yeah. Much bigger than his.
Yeah, and it kind of coasted up beside him and didn't say anything.
No communication, obviously. It's an
Right.
alien ship.
Right.
You can't just hail him like in Star Trek.
What's hail?
Like in
Special translator.
Yeah, in Star Trek, they have these ships that communicate with each other, no problem.
And also, like Elio, he has a little translator pen.
That's
Right. right.
Yeah, that's one thing that this science fiction movie did not gloss over how to learn
Another.
an alien language.
That's right.
But we should explain what happens to get to that point first.
Yes, we should. Eventually, the huge monster alien ship decides to try to communicate by throwing something over, like a rock, like a capsule.
A capsule, it literally tosses it at
Yeah.
its ship.
And it just bounces off.
And he finally figures out what they're trying to do.
And the ship makes it slower because it thinks he's dumb because he doesn't know how to see stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It gives
kept
him
slowing it
time.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives him time to get ready, get his spacesuit on, and go out and do a spacewalk and catch the capsule.
Yeah. That was
He
funny,
actually
wasn't it?
catches it, and when he scans it, he figures out it's
I forgot what was in the capsule.
It's
Was
a-
it a
no,
it was
it's not
a
what's
model,
in.
a model of
no,
them.
no. But there's also something else.
You
I
go ahead.
forgot the gas.
Oh, so what it's made out of is interesting to Grace because
It's made out of a gas.
xenon,
Mhm.
which on Earth is a gas.
But the sculpture was made out of xenon.
The capsule, and eventually he learns the entire ship, is made out of a solid version of xenon.
Okay, I missed that.
It
Yeah.
looks like a cooler version of Xenon anyway.
It's a pretty cool looking design, the
And
capsule.
when he opens
Yeah.
the capsule, everything just goes like alarms blaring.
Well, yeah,
Because
because
Xenon.
well, it's not the xenon that does that. The creature on the other ship is from from a totally different atmosphere than
Oh.
Earth.
Oh yeah.
And when he opens it up, he realizes it's argon gas, which
yes.
is poisonous to people.
Yeah. He did. Yeah.
So he quickly
Almost
puts it
killed
in a chamber.
Yeah, like in the chamber, like I went to a summer camp that was space themed once, and it had one of those. It's like two gloves. You can reach into the chamber, but you aren't actually like touching the thing. It had like some cool like sensory stuff in the chamber for the little kids. So I was in like kindergarten when that happened.
That's cool. I didn't realize you did that.
That's quite an experience.
They do that when they're touching something that would be harmed by human hands or human atmosphere touching it, or vice versa.
Sure.
He pulls out a little model, also made out of xenonite, and it looks like him. It's a little human
Yeah.
with his arm up in the air and his legs splayed out.
It's like
That was funny.
noodly version of him. I like the word noodle for some reason.
You probably remember this, Dad. In Seinfeld, there was a guy who made sculptures out of pasta noodles, and there was a
don't remember that.
fusilli Jerry.
Oh, there was.
He made it out of fusilli noodles.
That's funny.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing he sends back to the ship was made out of noodles. It was made out of ramen.
That's right. He really did send noodles back.
He did.
Ramen.
So, but also,
Because there was a Korean person who died in the thing.
All the ramen packages.
But I still think he should actually eat the ramen because ramen's good.
He did eat it. He did eat.
he
some
did eat
ramen.
some of it. But there was also one more thing in that capsule that told Grace about the creature in the other ship.
Yeah, they had a model of the solar system that it's in, and they had Tau Ceti in the middle, and that was the biggest one. But then there was also a planet that was labeled as his planet. It's near Tau
That's
Ceti.
right. It was what you saw in the sky.
He made a map, a 3D map.
But
Yes.
it has its own stars also being eaten by stuff.
It is, and I wrote this down, 40 Eridani is our name for that star. 40 Eridani.
But Eridani, just Eridani is what they call it now
Yeah.
in this movie.
Now we know there are Iridians
Yes.
who are having the same trouble that humans are having.
Right. That's the reason they're there.
That's the reason they're there, same as us. Now he knows that they could potentially team up. The other creature thinks the same thing.
That's what their plan was.
Yep, and they actually connect ships. They connect ships by having a little tube pass through.
The ship builds a tube.
A tunnel that's passing through, and Grace makes it so that there's a glass wall between the alien and him so that they have different, like, gravity and stuff.
The creature does that. The creature builds a wall to protect themselves
Yeah.
from each other's atmospheres. And there's one little clear spot, and Grace goes right for that. And so that tells the creature that Grace prefers that type
Right.
of.
Because the creature can't
surface.
see the same way
He learns.
does.
He learns pretty quickly that the creature has no face,
Right.
no eyes.
Yes, but
That's bizarre.
it's really scary when the creature's like
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the creature looks like a big rock spider. It
Rock
isn't so
spider,
much a
that's a good one.
spider, but it's more like a rocky crab spider.
There
What-
you go.
What were you thinking, Dad?
That is a rocky
Crab spider.
Lego kind of
Crab spider.
Yeah.
crab spider.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crab spider.
You don't have to put words into his mouth.
But it
I
looks
was
like
thinking
a crab
that.
spider.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
a crab spider.
So these crab spiders,
Mm-hmm.
Rocky crab spider.
they see by sound. They receive sound waves. And I knew this more because of the book. They do show the creature's vision once or twice.
Right. Yeah, what he's
You
seeing.
can see the sound waves, the patterns that they're making. In the book, they explained that because these creatures don't have faces, their entire outer shell is sensitive to sound waves. So they can see,
Sound.
quote unquote, from a 360 degrees, like
Around
from
it.
everywhere.
It's a location, like a bat, but it's a rocky crab spider.
The sound waves bounce off their outer shell and they can sense shapes based on that.
And he's the only one in that vessel.
Yeah.
He's the last one.
There were 23, now there's only one. And actually, they make it so that they have a way of talking to each other. Grace tries to learn their language.
Well, he did. He learned how to communicate. He watched their arm movements, arm and leg movements.
But they also, he has a kind of a musical, he's able to make noise. He's able to make these musical
I
notes.
forgot that. Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Grace records those snippets
Mhm.
and uses those and tags them with
A
English
word.
words.
Sure, once he understands what that.
They don't have like someone's like the or it. The rock crab monster, the rock crab spider eventually just keeps quote unquote saying like, Grace, have fun.
Like us, I think Grace got tired of referring to this creature as an Iridian rock crab spider.
Yes.
So
like
he just
that-
called him Rocky.
Your name is Rocky.
Rocky could maybe like know his language already so that he could ask him like, how do you say Rocky in his language? And then he would say like a sound and then he would record that as Rocky. And then he would ask him, what's his name? And then Grace would ask Rocky, what's my name? Grace. And then Rocky would go like something like that. He did this
Yeah.
really complicated thing for Rocky, but like this for Grace.
No, it was less. It was more like a.
It was like this. Maybe
He
like this,
shortened it
actually. This-
dramatically.
It's like maybe this, I think. Yeah, I think
Got
that's it. Did it pick it up?
It looks like it. I can see it.
Okay.
So this is a fairly long movie. It was a little over 2 hours, I think.
But I think this section with Rocky and Grace getting to know each other and working together was probably the funniest part.
It
Definitely
was.
the funniest part.
It was.
But it was also maybe the most engaging for all of us. I heard Lila laughing a lot with Rocky and Grace
Yeah, I loved
interacting.
Rocky.
Because Rocky was appalled by how
And then-
dirty this.
And then Grace begins to put a voice on Rocky. So Rocky is now talking. It's like, hello, Grace. I, Rocky.
He turns on the speech reader on the computer so that he's not just reading the text, he's actually hearing a voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it becomes even more interactive.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to look at his computer every
Yeah.
time.
Rocky decided to visit, and so he constructed a mobile environment that he
Yes.
could move. You know, it's a
Yeah.
spaceship.
Like a hamster ball.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
blue
and
space
then-
suit.
And then Rocky goes all the way around and it's so dirty. And he's like, dirty, 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 dirty. How do you live like this? Dirty, dirty, dirty. Why, dirty, dirty. He's like that.
That was funny, wasn't it?
One of the rooms in the spaceship was a room full of screens that would show scenes from Earth
And
to
then
kind of help the
Rocky
Oh,
comes
screens.
that's
in.
right. That's right.
Just make them feel better.
But then-
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
To Rocky, it was nothing.
So
It was
Rocky
just a-
says,
He couldn't see.
this
couldn't
room
see
is
that.
boring.
Yeah. Rocky builds everything out of this xenonite.
Yes.
Everything they have on the ship, including the ship itself,
Is all xenonite.
is all xenonite. And they can spin it like spiders in little webs into clear, translucent, solid, thick, thin, whatever they need.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So the machinery, everything is done with the same material. Rocky eventually makes a viewer for screens.
Mm-hmm.
He has a little rotating crystal and he just points it at a screen, and somehow that is able to see the
What?
motion of something on a screen.
I see.
So that's how Grace is
And
able
then
to get
it's like-
Rocky to see what Grace is seeing when he's doing work on a computer.
Right.
And also,
right.
it's like Rocky has this little tablet that makes surfaces
That's right.
for the crystal so that he can see like a beach's waves. It looks like pulling gray to him, but when he points the crystal at it, he can see it on his little tablet like beach waves.
If it exists in a three-dimensional world, Rocky can see it.
Translated. So-
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the crystal helps him
It's like if
translate
something's flat,
flat
but it has,
screens
like,
into something
color,
that's
like,
that's got
other
shape.
It's like
What a
Grace
concept.
is like drawing on a piece of paper. Rocky can't see it normally, so he just points his crystal at it and he sees what Grace is drawing. They don't do that, but it's basically like that.
Early on, they share each other's clocks, and Grace has to put big puffy numbers on the face of the clock
So that
so that Rocky can see the
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
If the numbers are just printed on plastic,
And then glass
see it.
over it,
Yeah.
then he can't see it because he only sees the glass as one big solid surface. So he has to like bring puffy paint and puffy paint the numbers.
Rocky can see the hands moving because those are in motion, the hands of the clock, but the numbers.
symbol for
Yeah.
the number.
Yeah, and then Rocky shows his own clock.
He has a very cool. They have a base. I'm forgetting what they said in the book what they're, because we have a base 10. We use base 10 for our numbers because we have 10 fingers, I imagine.
Yeah,
That's where
must
that
be
came
right.
from.
Sure.
And Rocky has, what, 5 limbs?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think they have a base 7
Okay.
where they're from.
I don't remember.
It is a different, mathematics system that they
Sure.
start from.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a base 6.
One of the things they do at least show a lot of the scientific concepts in the movie. They don't go into them as much detail as the book does,
Right.
obviously, but
Right.
I was really glad to see that they actually did show this stuff. You can tell what,
If you were attuned to it, you could catch what they're doing.
yeah,
In other words, they wanted people to go to the movie more than once.
right. What makes for a good book and what makes for a good movie are different.
Repetitive, yeah.
Yeah. But I was glad that they mostly, stuck to it.
They did much more than I couldn't conceive of how they would translate the book into a movie that wasn't just insane, or off. It's so different that you couldn't tell the movie from the book or the book from the movie.
Yeah, you don't want to, in a movie, you don't want to get so bogged down in the details that
Right, you
the
can't.
story comes to a halt.
Well, if you get the concept shown in a few seconds, it covers many pages in the book.
Right.
If you do it correctly.
That's a trick. Not all
Sure is.
filmmakers can find that visual image.
I think the author, Andy Weir, also wrote the screenplay. I think I read that he did.
I looked it up and they got someone else to write the screenplay.
He must have created it then.
Maybe he wrote a draft
Yeah.
and then someone else
Well, sure.
yeah,
That makes sense.
polished it. There was another person credited with the,
There was.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I was reading an interview of him, and the commentator gave him credit for writing the screenplay.
Oh.
He might have said assisted in the screenplay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was just curious. 'Cause you got to translate it. I mean, if you don't have the training, how do you communicate
Yeah. Something for
visually?
it's all has to be visual in a
Yeah.
movie. You can't have, I mean, you can, but it's boring if you just have
Right.
narration or someone explaining something. If you have a character just some reading
You could do-
text,
yeah.
it's pretty
You could do subtitles.
exactly. Yeah. Movie makers have to figure out all these ways, especially now when they show people texting.
Mm.
I've seen all kinds of different
Isn't that
ways they
cool?
deal
Yeah.
with texts because you have to make it visual.
You do.
Like
You can't
what?
just
What
you
do
can't
you
just
mean?
have someone staring at a phone.
Well, they throw it up and you see the text sometimes.
Or maybe and maybe they go into first person mode camera so that you can see the text better.
Yes.
Usually people go into first person.
So it shows the screen directly.
Yeah, so it just shows the screen and the hands in the screen. But sometimes they just make the movie screen the texting screen.
I've
That's
seen
true.
that too.
Yeah.
I like it when they can show the text and the character's face at the same time because then you can see what they're reading and also the person's reaction to it
Sure.
because then you can see how the character
So
is.
they're internalizing it.
Yeah,
Thinking
exactly.
about it.
It's interesting.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's well done.
Actually, if I made a movie with text, I would put the phone on the left and then the character's face on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would work.
That's a good way for a comic to do it too, I think. Also with comics, people are more used to seeing text and images next to each other. You could
Right.
have that divided right down the middle and see the character's face and what they're reading.
No, not divided right down the middle because the phone is less wide than
Smaller.
the character's face on the movie screen. So yeah.
They figure out what is causing Tau Ceti to remain a vibrant star despite having...
And I think I missed that entire
Oh, okay.
key point.
Well, basically, there's a predator on the planet. Astrophage needs two things. It
Mhm.
needs a star to feed on
Mm-hmm.
and an atmosphere with, I believe, nitrogen,
Okay.
high levels of nitrogen, to go and breed.
Oh, that's right.
So they go and they breed on the planet, in the atmosphere of the planet,
Yeah.
and then they travel over to the star and they gorge themselves.
Suck up all the energy.
And then they go
Yep.
back to the planet to breed some more, and it's just a cycle back.
Sure. They're just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Everything that exists has
Yeah.
most of their reason for being is to reproduce.
Exactly. That's what all it does. On this planet, which initially Grace names it Tau Ceti E, and Rocky says, well, that's a boring name.
Yeah.
So they come up with...
That's just the star's name plus an E.
That's what Rocky says. Grace says, well, if you discover something, then you get to name it. And so Rocky names it after his mate back on.
Adrian.
It was Adrian, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Oh, that's
Name
great.
is Adrian. Except he names it Adrian with only one N
Because
and no E. And my mom has the extra N in work.
because Grace initially named Rocky partially after Rocky Balboa,
Okay.
boxer, and Rocky's girlfriend slash wife is named Adrian.
Oh, okay.
So the human translation of the planet's name is Adrian.
Okay.
And the Iridian version is a series of sounds that sounds very beautiful.
yes. Yes.
So they name the planet and they realize that there's a predator, something that's stopping the astrophage
Wait,
from
there's
breeding
one more
too
thing.
much.
Grace talks about his quote-unquote mate. They call it like girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband on Earth. And he talks about his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend dumped him for this guy named Mark, and then Rocky said, Rocky hate Mark.
I remember that. Yeah.
Rocky's a good friend.
Yeah.
Rocky hate Mark.
Rocky Mark. Very simple.
It sounds like there's similar dynamics
Yeah.
on both planets. But you tell-
That is so funny.
Rocky hate Mark.
yeah, Rocky has never met Mark, but Rocky hates Mark.
Doesn't have a
Rocky
clue.
hate Mark. Rocky want to kill Mark.
No, he doesn't.
He didn't say that.
I'm kidding now. But I like the Rocky hate Mark part. Hey Mark, if you're out there, Rocky hates you.
Yeah, that Mark is
Mark.
got a
Jerk.
bunch of rock space spiders is gonna come after him.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty terrifying.
I mean, I want that to be like a movie.
That would be a totally different movie, but
Project Hail Mary 2, The Rise of Rocky.
The astronaut shows up and his name is Mark.
Rocky
Why
v.
are they so
Mark.
mad at me?
yeah.
Rocky versus Mark. Wait, I know. The whole title week, Project Hail Mary 2, Rocky versus Mark.
I think Rocky wins that battle.
Rocky would be like, die, 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 die. And by the way, Rocky had all of his teammates die. And also, when Grace pretend fall asleep on the table, Rocky's like, oh, die, 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 die.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting thing. So the conventions around sleeping and eating are very different between Earth and Iridia.
Yes.
On Rocky's planet, they sleep for a long time. They wait long times between sleeps. And when they do sleep, it's like almost death. They slow down to the point where it's almost impossible to tell alive or dead. And so they always have another being looking out for them, like basically sitting on top of them while they sleep.
Really?
To protect them,
Yeah.
and to make sure that they wake
Yeah.
up.
I remember that.
So
yeah.
Rocky wants to
Yeah,
sit
right.
on Grace.
Yeah,
when
but
Grace
they
sleeps.
can't do that because they have different atmosphere.
So they couldn't
So
do that.
Rocky sits as close to Grace as possible.
Which is very uncomfortable for Grace, but
And then
He tolerates
Grace
it.
is like, do you normally sit this close? And then Rocky says, closer.
That's funny.
So Grace has to learn how to sleep with a space spider sitting very close to him. And then the eating is very different because humans, obviously, we love to eat together. It's a very social thing. The Iridians, I don't think they mentioned this in the movie, but in the book, they explained the process of eating.
Yeah,
which
you
is-
you remembered it.
It was basically, they don't have a face. So they basically have to pull their insides out on top of the food and they digest the food and then they pull it back into their body, digested food and internal organs
Right.
back into their body, which is horrifying. And so they don't watch each other eat.
They agree it's
they
horrifying.
don't like it.
And Grace agrees.
And Grace also agrees after he sees it.
They were together. I wonder how long.
It must have been months at least.
Easily, yeah.
They were figuring all this out. They're both up against a clock, though, because Earth needs the information before it becomes uninhabitable.
In
Same with
Iridia.
Rocky.
So what they do, introduce a element that was impeding the growth of those astrophages.
There are microbes in the atmosphere of Adrian
Okay.
that eat astrophage.
Okay.
They love it.
My mom was right
delicious.
next to me during the movie, so I was like,
So they
"You have a
transported that.
predator on you, Mom."
So they end up transporting, getting a big sample of it and sending it back to Earth.
Which is harder than that. Easier said than done. They have to fly the spacecraft Rocky's on with Grace. They have to fly down into the atmosphere with a probe
Oh, yes.
collecting
That's right.
stuff. And they have to fly way down
Mm-hmm.
and also not burn up in the atmosphere. And they almost do burn up.
Yes.
They managed to pull out, it's like a fishing expedition, basically, trying to catch
They
these
just
things.
swing the collector into the
Yeah.
atmosphere and meanwhile almost kill themselves.
Right. Rocky ends up saving Grace's life. They go into a spin. One of the engines of the spacecraft gets damaged, and all of the microbes from the planet start attacking the astrophage inside.
Okay.
And so the spaceship is doing this terrible spin. And in space, there's nothing to stop the spin.
Right.
It just keeps going. It'll
Right.
go forever. And so Grace passes out. Rocky's still awake, and he has to cut out of his climate
Controlled.
bubble and brave this dangerous element to save Grace.
Yeah, he did, didn't
He
he?
did. He almost
then-
burns up in the process.
But then he also needs to hibernate to gain his strength back.
Right.
right.
Right. Right. Grace thought he lost him.
Rocky saves Grace. Rocky goes into kind of a coma, a repairing coma for days. He pulls out of it.
Yeah, he finally.
But Rocky left one last message before he hibernates. It was Rocky, Grace, save stars. I think that was it.
So that was the reason they're both there. Rocky wanted to make sure that Grace continues the work. And so he does.
Yes.
He manages to breed these microbes
Mm-hmm.
in a nitrogen-rich, initially it's a nitrogen-rich atmosphere, which Venus doesn't have, and also the Iridians don't have a planet with that.
Mm-hmm.
So they both have to breed it to live in the right atmosphere. Grace can do it.
Yes.
Because it's easy to breed microbes.
Oh, it is.
They're pretty hardy creatures. And they have such short lives, it's really easy to breed generations and generations
Sure.
within a few days.
And he creates huge samples of this,
Yeah.
which they go off Earth and Iridium.
Rocky gives Grace some of his extra fuel
Mm-hmm.
so that Grace can head back home. He didn't think he'd be able to.
That's right. He was
But then,
a one-way trip.
but then,
But that
dun, 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 dun.
after Rocky and Grace split up and go back to their homeworlds,
Head back
Head
to their
back.
home. Yeah. What happens?
I forgot.
Did he go back? Did Grace go back to Earth?
No, not yet. He's not back to Earth yet.
Oh, he realized on the way back to Earth that his very close friend Rocky
Has
needed
a
some
ship.
assistance to get back to his home. He wasn't going to be able to get back home on his own.
these microbes are being held in containers of xenonite. The ship alerts Grace.
He calls the ship the Hail Mary, and he calls the computer whenever it tells him something. He says, "Thanks, Mary."
The ship shuts down.
Oh,
The ship loses all power.
Rocky's ship loses. all-
No, Grace's ship.
Oh, it does.
Grace
oh,
is
yeah.
on his ship heading back to Earth,
And then it just stops.
and then it just shuts down. There's no more fuel. And so Grace is concerned.
Yes.
Why is the ship shutting down?
Right.
He realizes that the microbes which he bred in xenonite containers
Mm-hmm.
have adapted to escape through xenonite.
Oh,
In the process of making the microbes survive in the right atmosphere,
right.
he also inadvertently created the containers that the microbes can escape through.
Right. And then he realizes Rocky's in danger of the same thing.
Yeah, because his ship is made of xenonite, it can also get to his fuel also.
That's right.
So Rocky's in trouble also.
And while Grace has other materials that he can
Yes.
trap the microbes in,
Mm-hmm.
Rocky doesn't.
Cute.
So he finally gets to Rocky. He cannot get back to his home, but he can get to Rocky in Iridia.
he sends the 4 probes,
Then named after the Beatles.
John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
Yeah, wasn't that funny?
Yeah, I like
That's
that part.
right.
And
I
it does
forget.
it well during a Beatles song. I forgot the one.
Two
And
of
off they
us.
go to Earth with their message
And the microbes.
and the microbe. So Earth receives those and they can stop the astrophage from consuming the sun.
Yeah. They can hopefully save the planet.
Meanwhile, he goes after Rocky and says, "Hey, you got a fatal situation here. I'm
Rocky
here to help."
has realized this too, but he
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
Right. He's just surrendered to it.
This time, Grace gets to save Rocky.
Yeah, that was a nice story.
Rocky was so pleased to see Grace. C, quote unquote.
Right.
Echolocate.
Exactly.
I got to see the movie again and pick up on those. I like the way he communicated with the audience by writing on the whiteboard.
As he's remembering things.
Right.
He keeps a list of all the things he remembers.
At the same time, telling us what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, most movies have someone else they're talking to. So
Exactly.
we know what they're thinking.
For a movie that, for big portions of it, is just one person, it's really engaging. And it doesn't feel weird that he's talking to himself.
Well, everyone talks to themselves.
Sure. Maybe not out loud, though.
Right. Well, some do.
Do you talk to yourself, Lila?
No, I don't. Yes, I do.
Sometimes we do, I think, just to reinforce what we're thinking and remembering it.
Absolutely.
I often,
But
you get
the
the
person who
text
said
code
I do.
to prove who you are.
It's Mimi, aka my grandmother.
Our security system is they send you a text with a number. So I say it out loud because I remember it that way
Yeah.
to rekey it in.
I do that too, actually.
Do you?
Yeah. It helps to repeat it out loud.
I guess that's a normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rocky and Grace use Grace's ship to go back to Iridia.
They did, huh? I didn't catch that.
Grace wakes up. He looks like he's in a house.
Yes.
He goes out to the beach. It looks like a beach on the earth.
And that's his ship?
Then he sees Rocky, and Rocky is there in a new suit.
Yeah, very sophisticated suit.
Yeah, but he's like, it's more like he can move more.
Sure, he's much more flexible.
The Iridians have built a biodome
Oh, yeah, but I don't. I forgot.
Huge biodome with an
Just-
ocean in it.
for Grace.
Just for Grace.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And he's teaching little Iridians.
That's right.
We see his new classroom, and it's like,
That was funny. They were bouncing all over the place, just like
Yeah.
humans.
Grace has learned the language at the end. He doesn't have the computer to help him anymore.
Yeah, he
He-
absorbed it.
He learned the language.
That's
He can at least hear it. He can't reproduce it.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a happy camper.
Yeah. So he might not go back to Earth.
I suspect he chose not to. I think I read some commentary where his thought process was 75 years away.
Oh, yeah.
So if I go back to Earth now, everybody I knew is gone. So
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point of going back and creating a whole new friendship group that
I mean,
they may not even
his
want me?
students who are in middle school might not be gone. They might just
That's a
be
good
like
point,
as old
Lila.
as you.
That's true.
I mean, he's a hero. He saved the whole planet. So he would be
Venerate.
venerated. They probably made statues of him.
I would hope so. At least for a couple generations. They'll forget.
They'll move on.
They'll move on from the person who saved the planet.
Right.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I think it's the kind of movie that I wish they would make more of. Although I understand that the reason they don't is because it's difficult to make
Yeah, they're expensive.
a fun movie like that. It's risky, I think. I think it helped that it was based on a book that was well received and
Right.
very popular.
Right. In his initial book, The Martian was well received, but he wrote another book since then called Artemis,
Oh, yeah.
and that
The motion's
wasn't
really good.
that wasn't the same level
Right.
of popularity.
I read that one too, and
I did too.
I couldn't quite follow it as easily.
I'll have to read it again. But I looked it up, the summary of it. I went over to Chat GTP and said, summarize Artemis.
It's
and thank goodness
GTP.
GTP
Chat.
corrected my spelling, so it answered the question that I had in my head.
I think the fact if I can't remember the plot specifics of a book, I attribute that to the book not being very memorable.
There you go. There you go.
Like, well, I must not have liked that one very much.
That's a good take.
I remembered a vast majority of this
Did you?
as I was watching the movie, even before I watched the movie.
Isn't it amazing what's in our minds that helps by seeing the movie? Then oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
If it veered off, I think you would know it.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not. That isn't what happened.
Right,
Or at
right.
least question yourself.
Well, let's move on to ratings.
Okay.
Yeah. Lila, what
Well-
rating system should we use this time?
1 to 100, bucket the popcorn.
1 to 100. All right. So, Dad, you should go first since you're the guest.
Whoa. Well, 1 to 100.
Well,
100 is the best, right?
And I should warn you that Lila and I routinely go over the maximum rating. So feel free.
You have no boundaries.
We have no boundaries.
No ever single boundary.
Well, the convention is 110% is something that
Yeah.
exceeds what you
Yeah.
thought you would see.
But this podcast is called Infinite Buckets of
Oh,
Popcorn
that's
for a
right.
reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
So, what do you, with that in mind?
well, I thought it was infinitely great.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I would put infinite buckets of popcorn, but now I want to do infinity, 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 Googleplex, infinity, million, Googleplex, infinity.
Google Plus.
Googleplex.
Oh, Googleplex.
Lila always gives the highest rating.
Okay, so you
Don't
just
go
did.
over
So
I
even
won't.
though you gave Infinity as a
Mhm.
rating,
She
Lila
added, yes.
added quite a few to that.
Okay, that's fine.
So I also love this movie. I would expect I loved it equally to
Yeah.
both of you. I'm going to rate this movie infinity times the distance between this planet and Tau Ceti.
Ah,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. I think
It's one of the classics.
it's a really fun movie.
I do have a question. What unit of measurement
Of what?
in the distance between us and Tau Ceti?
Oh, so you were asking about
The unit of measurement between us and Tau Ceti?
Uh-huh.
So, like, what unit are you talking about?
Oh, for my rating.
Like, it's different if you do feet and, like, kilometers.
I think, well, they measure it in light years because it's so great. So I think that he wrote down 116 light years.
Did he?
I think that's what it was. Or it was,
That seems
maybe it was
familiar.
just 16. I'd have to look it up.
Mm.
But it was
Let's go
an
116
extraordinary.
light years.
That's why it was a one-way
infinity
trip.
plus
Yeah,
116 light years.
Infinity times that
Yeah, at least.
number of light years. We're going to thank Andy Kay,
And again,
as we do every week.
We should. Yeah, you should. Enjoy that
thank you,
music.
Andy K.
Yeah, thanks for the music. You like the music too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
I
Say
do,
thank you,
yeah.
Andy K.
Thank you, Andy K.
Okay, this is Lila
And Josh.
And Ian.
from Infinite Flex Popcorn signing off. Goodbye.
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 Bye.
Soda and popcorn, all that you need. Surrounded by surround sound. Suspense, no disbelief.
All these pauses that I edit out. So
Sure.
don't worry about it. Sure. Oh, yeah.